So before we even start today's video, I just wanted to be known that this is not going to be a tech review. I'm not a tech YouTuber. So if you were looking for speed test, how fast you can export videos, you know, like do your photos in Lightroom, this is not the video for you. So if I was you, I would click off now and save yourself the trouble. This is simply me just doing an unboxing and a first impressions on the MacBook that I recently copped. So with all that being said, let's get into the video. What is good, YouTube? It is your boy Xavier Ashton, aka AshtonRoyale, back here again with another video. And today's video is kind of long overdue because I finally got in my MacBook Pro that I ordered October 26th. Yeah, you heard me correctly. 2 months. I ordered this laptop October 26th. It is now December 22nd. So, I mean, it hasn't been 2 months fully, but that's a long time, you know? So for being honest, I kind of went crazy with this. I maxed it out. I spent about like 4 G's, which it ain't bad because I spent about like 4 G's on my last MacBook. I maxed that one out too. But reason why I always do it is just the fact that I'd rather have the power and not use it rather than need the power and not even have it. You know what I mean? So I got the 64 on here gigabytes of RAM. I stayed with the 1 terabyte of storage. I got the 16-inch, the M1 Max chip on here. Now, speaking of my last MacBook, I had the 15-inch i9, 32 gigabytes of RAM, Vega 20 Pro graphics card in this MacBook, and I love this MacBook. Like, honestly, if it wasn't for this coming out, I probably never would have traded this in or got the 16-inch. Reason being I like love-hate this laptop is because I bought this in the beginning of 2019. By the end of 19, the 16-inch came out and made this obsolete, which it really didn't. It was just the M1 chips, you know, were just different. So they were faster than these, but like, damn, I just paid $4,000 in the beginning of the year, and then you're telling me not only do you give this a new chip, you give it 1 inch more of screen size. So that was kind of like a kick in the face, but you know, Apple does that all the time. But this is honestly like my baby. But it's time to move on to bigger and better things. So like I said, this isn't a tech channel, so don't expect no overhead rig, no overhead shots of me unboxing this thing. We're doing this just the old school way. So first things first, rip that apart. Whew. So, oh my God, this is heavy as hell, man. That's the first thing that I'm noticing is weight difference. So much more heavier, and I mean the box is bigger so this is the one thing that it's like a good and a bad thing. I loved how thin this was. So I already seen how this MacBook looks and it's thicker. But with that being said, we do have more ports, which I'm so annoyed when they did this. Like the USB-C things, like this was amazing at first because I'm like, yeah, speed this and speed that. But when it came to just dongle this and dongle that, that just blew my mind. So I'm glad that we have the ports back on this one. All right, here we go. I feel like a kid on Christmas right now. Nah, let me not do that and drop it in my lap and break it. All right. Whew, this box is thick, like I said. All right. Here we have it. The first look at my new 16-inch MacBook Pro. Let's take it out of here. And yup, first thing that I noticed is the thickness of this MacBook. Now, what I did like about this, it's funny because Apple always like is innovative, but they always go back to something they created so long ago, even with the phones, and they call it new technology. So the only reason why I said that is because looking now in the box, I see the MagSafe charging, right? So, you know, MagSafe is the new style of charging that that Apple has implemented in like the new phones and now in the laptops and stuff, right? But here's the thing. This is my 2013 MacBook. Now, this MacBook is, like I said, 2013. It's old. Now, this was what I first started doing videos on, like editing and everything. So I actually gave this to my mom. But so I was editing videos on a 13 base model. This was like, at the time, I believe, $1,100 MacBook. Couldn't do it anymore. Tried to use Lightroom, Final Cut on this. Proxies galore, like, it was terrible. So that's when I just saved up my bread and I was like, you know what, the next time they drop a MacBook, I'm just gonna, you know, break the bank on it, which is this one. So like I said, first started with this one, then went to this one. So as you could see, now this is why I'm only bringing this up. Everything that was on the 2013 is now on the 2021. So you have your MagSafe charging over here. You have these are Thunderbolt 3 ports. So those were like mini display ports back then. USB, headphone jack. You have your SD card right here, the HDMI, and then you have another USB. Time goes on, now we only get USB-Cs, right? On both sides. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The feel is, the funny thing is now this feels heavier. I guess it was the box. Now my 2019 feels heavier than the 2021. That's honestly weird. But the reason why I was bringing all that up is because now you saw the 2013, right? Now look at this. MagSafe, you have your 2 USB-C ports, headphone jack, and then on the side, what do you have? You have the SD, another USB-C, and an HDMI. So 2013, 2021, right? The same exact thing. The only thing that changed was the USB port. So you went from USB like 2 to USB 3. So once again, innovative. I mean, they always say that, but it's the same thing. Now you can see the difference between this one being the thicker one, this one being the thinner one. Like I said, thicker is better now because of, you know, the fans and the thermals and basically all the ports that we get on this compared to the USB-C and just overheating from time to time. Also, you can see that Apple went back to the old design of, you know, they were rounded here. Now they went back off to the square design just like they did on the phones. I know y'all heard that sound. Now, what I do love about this MacBook is the keyboard. The keyboard and how just everything. I hated the touch. I'm not gonna say I hated my touch bar, but I've literally never used it. I probably will use it when recording like video, well, not recording, when editing videos in Final Cut, and I was able to just look at my timeline and I could just scroll to that point. But other than that, I never found any like real life use of using the touchpad. So it was just there for no reason. I never had a keyboard issue. Thank you God for that, because I know plenty of people that had MacBooks and had keyboard issues. I never ran into that with the butterfly keyboard. So like again, I'm blessed for that. But you know, you won't have that on here. They did a better keyboard job. Oh my God, I'm sorry guys. So still being on the topic of keyboards, since your whole touchpad was replaced, the whole top row now is physical keys, and then you still have your fingerprint scanner on the corner. So once again, I didn't hate the touch bar on my laptop, but sometimes it will glitch, and that would be the most annoying thing. Something as simple as trying to raise your volume and it's not coming up because it's glitched. It was just so annoying. So the fact that I have the physical keys back, that makes it so much greater. So another plus about this MacBook is that liquid Retina Xdr screen, and wow, that is beautiful. I remember when I first got my 15-inch, I thought that Retina screen was crazy, but this my fault, XDR, I was about to say HDR, XDR screen just in the menu, and I mean my camera's not going to show you any justice, but I already see the difference. It's a clear difference. Wow, that is whew. All right, so let me set this up and then I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so now that I got this set up, I had some time to work with a couple things, and the first thing that I noticed was the speakers. The speakers blew my mind. Like, I hope I don't get copyrighted for this, but
what is the reason? It's just the vibe. I'm that guy. She put her legs in the sky whenever
yeah, I think that was enough seconds. But the speakers on here are amazing compared to the 15-inch that I had. These, you feel the bass and everything, you hear everything, but it's amazing. That's a good thing. Now, what I did notice, because that's the first thing you would notice, is the keyboard, guys. The keyboard on here is amazing. The fact that you're able to feel the feedback of the keys again just feels great. It was cool, the butterfly switches, that everything was like low and compact, but I just like how this felt. It actually reminded me of the keyboard on the 13-inch because it's basically the same thing. Now that I think about it, I feel like they just took this, fused it together, and put an XDR display, and boom, you get this. So with that being said, there's really more pros than cons on this laptop. And if there even is a con, I really can't even find one. Now that I think about it, there really isn't nothing negative about this laptop. I guess the only thing you could count as a con is the notch in the middle of the screen. But to be honest, it doesn't bother me. It bothers some other people. I don't know why. The only reason it does bother me is because if you were gonna give us a notch on the screen, why couldn't we have Face ID? Is that something that you guys are like looking forward to in the future that you're gonna implement? But that's the only con that I have about the notch. Other than that, everything else on this MacBook is a pro. You have your 3 USB-C ports, you have the 3.5 audio jack, MagSafe returns, you have your HDMI cable, and then you have the SD card, which, oh my God, I can't count how many times I forgot a dongle and I needed to export footage and I just couldn't. But now that it's built in, you know, that's just a lifesaver in itself. Oh yeah, the one thing I forgot to tell you guys about this MacBook is the battery life is phenomenal. Now I've been recording this video for probably about like an hour now, and I've been searching the web, looking at YouTube videos, just listening to the speakers, and my battery probably dropped only like 3 to 4%. Now the only bad thing I hated about this MacBook right here is the battery life was terrible. Now I edit my videos in Final Cut Pro. The only thing I hated about this laptop is if I didn't have a charger, I was never gonna finish editing a video. Probably 20 minutes editing and this thing would be shot telling me that I needed to charge my battery. Now with this, I haven't edited anything yet. I heard Final Cut is amazing on this because of that M1 chip. But like I said, I haven't done any editing on here. So personally, I don't know anything about the battery life when using those programs, but I know a couple people that use Final Cut and Adobe, and they told me they were able to finish projects on a single charge, which on here, that was unheard of. So with all that being said, my final verdict of this MacBook Pro is that they just took a 13-inch from 2013 and fully maxed it out. Now let me stop, but come on, be honest guys. I'm just making a point here. But nah, this is a beautiful machine. It looks beautiful, it performs beautifully. It's just an amazing machine. But I guess
it's been a long day without you, my friend.
But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, this is just a first impressions and an unboxing. Nothing tech about it. I'm not going over speeds and anything. But if you did like the video and you stayed to the end, don't forget to go down below and smack the hell out of that like button. Comment down below, did you upgrade your MacBook this year, or what current MacBook are you working on? Let me know those down below. And like always, it is your boy AshtonRoyale, and I'm signing out of here. Peace.